Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Christy's Beautiful Life, Round 7, 30 Days of Sketches. Or if you want to look on Instagram, it's hashtag 30DSCBL7. I keep wanting to say 6, like from last time. And this is the sketch that we'll be using today. And you notice how straight those photos are. Well, y'all know I prefer not to make them that straight if I'm using two. I kind of angle them most of the time. I'm going to do that again today. But I'm going to stick a little bit close to the layout. A little bit, well, quite a bit actually. Now, the collection I'm using is All Girl by Echo Park, and I pulled out certain papers to use, although I am changing my mind as I pick them up again. I picked out the papers and I picked out embellishments and stuff, and then I went back to it and I thought, oh, I think I'm going to use a striped one. Well, no, I am not going to use a striped one. I'm going to end up using one that's pink on pink and it has like little upside down V's on it, maybe. Or, I could have put it upside down and it could be hearts, little funky hearts. I don't know. Looking at it, I'm not 100% sure, but I thought I could use those lines to help make my paper straight on here, except for my photos, of course. But yeah, I changed it to this one, and then I'm going to have to add another border to my photos because the outside border was blending in too much. But I do like the effect of the two layers that are the same behind the photo. I think it looks really good. And they match the outfit Charlie has on, and we're at Skate City. And so photos are never that good in there. No matter what you do, they're never that good. The lighting's not very good. And the carpet's dark. It's black looking, and then it has music signs on it that are kind of bright, but it's hard to tell in the photos. Like I said, the lighting's pretty bad. And that's mostly because depending on what song they're playing, how bright the lights are. They have a dimmer. So sometimes they're brighter than others and sometimes they're not so much. So yeah, it really varies in there. Anyway, Charlie does not have on skates in the pictures because she had taken them off. She's off the floor, and but she is there skating. So I am going to go with the skating thing. I stopped to take her picture. So what does she do? She gives herself bunny ears. And then I thought, well, I'll step a step closer and take a close up of her. And just as I went to snap it, she had opened her mouth really wide. Of course, I love scrapping those, so I don't mind it when I get those like that. If you look up there at the sketch, there's layers behind the photos. So I am putting layers behind there. And that yellow I pulled out from the dots and stripes. I know they're not dots or stripes, but that's what they call the package. And these are the plaid ones. I am thinking these might be the ones for summer. That smaller paper with a label punched out of it, it is a grid and it has pink lines on it. So I thought I'd use it on this page, and I'm also going to use the notebook punch. Well, I think they call it binding, but it's notebook punch to me. And I don't know why, but I just picked my scissors up and started rounding the corners by hand. My corner rounders were just sitting like a foot away from me, hanging there, waiting on me, and I rounded them by hand. I did notice what I was doing as soon as I started, but I thought, well, I might as well finish it. I started it. And when I was thinking about layers, I thought of this vellum. It's a plaid, and it's the same color as in the papers behind the photo and her outfit, only it's on vellum. So I thought that'll go pretty good. And I pulled a couple of doilies out, and once I started to use them, I could, I put two in there because I couldn't decide which one, but I decided neither, and I'm going to use white. And I really thought more was going to be hanging out the bottom of my picture when I did it. So I used the whole thing instead of cutting it in half. But because when I start to do my title, I need a little bit more room, I moved the photo down a little bit. And yeah, it really don't show off the bottom too much at all then. I'm going to use those tile letters, those pink alphas, the thickers, and then the happy life, the white ones for my title. And my title is Absolutely No One is Safe from Bunny Ears Around Me. This is going in her album. And yeah, she was going through this phase. Well, it lasted quite a while where she put bunny ears behind people all the time when they get their photo taken. And she also did it to herself, which made me laugh every time. And see that, well, that it was a 3x4 card. I think maybe it might have been bigger, but it says, "This is how I roll." And you also seen a roller skate that I fussy cut out at the same time that was on the same card. Well, I seen it laying there at the beginning of the video, and then it just disappears. I don't know where it goes. I was going to use it on this layout. If I find it, I'll find a place for it on this layout. But I can't find it and still can't find it. This sketch is so cute. It has a strip across the center, and then it has vines, I guess, with greenery and flowers going across there. So I am making mine, and I use my little flower punch from EK Success, and the leaves only, two sets of leaves in that one die set that my grandson got me. And yeah, that's what I use on there, plus some sequins later. And while I'm throwing them on there, I'm going to mention, if you look down there below, there is oodles of links to gals that are doing the 30 Days of Sketches with Christy. She had a lot of participants last time, and she's got even more, I think, this time, because everybody wants to try to do the whole 30 Days of Sketches. And the ones that can't do it all 30 days, their names will still be down there, and they will surprise us with one here and there when they can participate. Christy did give us the sketches ahead of time so that we could get started early, and I didn't get near as ahead as I wanted to get for this, but I'm still going to give the 30 days a good try. So it's thanks to Christy for all this inspiration for the entire month of March. And I think the next one will be June, and the one after that, October. And although I usually put half my flowers adhered straight down to the paper and the other half on foam dots, for some reason I put a foam dot behind every single one. I didn't pull it back off, I just went ahead and put them on there. And those little leaves are so cute. They're like an outline of them, so they're hollow, and they look really good on there. You get to see more of the paper from the background, but you get to see that there's leaves too. Now in the upper right hand corner, it shows, well, it shows a stamp, because like the one of those that they cancel a stamp on your letter with, which I have one of them, and I thought about using it, but then I ended up doing something completely different, of course, once I got started. But I am using 3 stickers that says ride with unicorns, chase rainbows, and swim with mermaids. And I put them on there, and then of course I'm going to change my mind right away. It seems like this whole layout I was doing that. Nothing hardly I planned on to start with happens the way I planned it. But I'm going to add vellum uh, banner underneath them. So of course they're not as sticky once I pull them back up. So I am going to have to add more adhesive to them to get them to stick. And then I'm going to add the adhesive, words are hard sometimes, adhesive behind the banner so that, you can't tell where I adhered it to the page. But yeah, I decided to add all 3 of those. They probably meant them for 3 different layouts, but I put them all 3 on this one. And while I was putting them all 3 on there, I thought to myself, I feel like I'm giving her instructions on life here, riding with unicorns, chasing rainbows, and swimming with mermaids. But I hope she reads that and laughs too. But I do think this sketch was chosen by Moira, and it's super cute. I really like it. And yeah, I like the papers that I use too. I considered, since her shirt says I love music, and then there's music notes on the floor that don't show up super great, using music, but I like what I went with instead. These colors are so bright and colorful and springtimey, and we have had some really good weather the last few days, that is. Well, maybe off and on for a week after that really horrible weather. But anyway, I set out on the deck yesterday and the day before. So yeah, it's gorgeous out there. So there's a good chance I'll be going out there again. But let's see where I'm at on the layout. I think I'm getting close to getting done. I have, let's see, maybe another flower or two to put on there, my enamel dots, and the sequins. Yeah, and then I'll be done with this layout. Oh, and on the sketch it has some numbers below the picture on the right. However, they're backwards, and I don't have a die cut that I can flip over. I would have to flip over, well, I guess I'd have to make my own numbers and flip them over and glue them down. But I tried to put something else there and couldn't find anything I wanted. So that other than a few sequins, there's not going to be anything below that picture. But I did try. And I'm only going to use one color of the enamel dots, and it's the darker teal one. There is a light green on there, but I didn't think it really went with the layout. I looked all over just in case there's some hidden in that one pattern paper, but there wasn't because I thought about putting one more than one color. And the sequence that I'm using is the Prima ones, the Spring Mix, I believe is what they were called. And I got them a long time ago. It was a big bag. So I am still using them, but they're like my favorite sequins anyway. Well, it depends on what layout I have, whether they're my favorite ones at that moment or not. Mostly, they rank pretty high. But that's it. That's my layout. And I do believe this is day 5, the day I'm going to have 3 videos because all 3 that are due are sketches. Yeah, I'm going to have Mixed Media Frenzy and Rebecca Lockhart's Hop celebrating her 500 subbies, and this one for the 30 days of sketches. So yeah, you're going to get overdosed on my videos. But tomorrow it should just be one video. And then on Sunday, it's the last day of the 10 weeks of She's Crafty. So you'll get 2 that day because, yeah, 2 sketches. But if you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. And if you like my video and hit thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you who already are, thank you so much. Have a happy, scrappy weekend. Take care and stay safe. Bye.